Good Wednesday evening, everybody. Live and direct from House Onek. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek with the latest update of our online video weather blog, Weather Overtime. If you've never tuned in here before, try to give you an online on your schedule update as to what's going on with the weather forecast. Everything very expertly decorated by my wife, Melissa, who's sitting just off camera doing a puzzle.
Hi, everyone.
Everybody, Melissa, everybody. And of course, Marlo the Shorky, the more popular of our House Onek dogs, sitting over here having some fun for right now. We again have some big changes heading our direction as we get into the course of the next couple of days. So if you have not heard about what's going on with the forecast, definitely time to get prepared for what may be coming our direction. And that means some big changes on the temperatures over the course of the next few days. And we're talking some exceptionally big changes coming our way. You haven't seen numbers like this in quite some time, at least the extent and scope of them for the next couple of days. We'll talk more about that coming up in your forecast, see what the National Weather Service thinks about the possibility of snow and or sleet coming our direction sometime soon. So stay tuned for more on that. And of course, we'll take a look at the various social media pages out there and see what's going on. Travel tonight, we do have again some delays being reported. San Francisco getting some low ceilings, so some ground delay programs at SFI out toward California. Newark always seeming to catch some sort of delays out there, and we're seeing some delays due to weather and wind for tonight. No delays at Memphis International Airport, delays of 15 minutes or less. Likewise, not seeing any problems at Nashville. Connecting flights through Atlanta and Chicago at O'Hare looking very good so far. Delays in the Mid-South, things are looking pretty good as people head home for this evening. Accident earlier this evening around Shelby Drive and Elvis Presley Boulevard, but other than that, things are moving along pretty nicely, and so far looks like pretty light traffic out across much of the area as rush hour comes to a close for this evening. So if you have any plans for travel out there for tonight, holiday parties, looks like one wreck clearing at I-40 westbound, just east of I-240 and Sam Cooper for this evening. So that was a bit of a problem there. A little bit on the hazy side, getting some patchy fog across parts of the Mid-South, but otherwise not seeing too much of any major concerns out there if you are driving. So please be careful out there. Believe me, I know whereof I speak. As of right now, the National Weather Service showing little, if anything, showing up in the way of major problems coming our way anytime soon. No hazardous weather according to their 7-day hazardous weather outlook, so definitely good news on that. We don't have any cold fronts in the area, but we do have some colder air spilling its way all the way on down from portions of northern Canada and right off of Hudson Bay. Areas of high and low pressure working together to escort in some very cold air right across the Great Lakes, where wind chills are in the negative double digits in some places. Here in the Mid-South, it's not entirely terrible, but it is decently chilly, and it's going to be even colder as we get into the next few days. Next storm system off to our west is going to be giving us the potential for some more showers and maybe some thunderstorms into the weekend, and can't rule out the possibility of some stronger weather. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. Through tonight, heading for about midnight, again, high pressure remains in control of the central part of the country and keeping things dry and quiet here through tomorrow morning around the bus stop time for the kids. Tomorrow at noon, high pressure continues to move toward the Great Lakes, and that's going to increase the lake effect snow over portions of the Great Lakes, where they're going to be getting several inches, if not a foot or two, in some parts of Michigan, New York, back into around Pennsylvania and areas of northeastern Ohio. Meanwhile, our next storm system out into the west is causing a lot of delays and a lot of moisture with this one. This is where we could see, again, some areas of snow, sleet, and some slowdowns, especially in the higher passes of the Sierras, the Rockies, and maybe even up into the Cascades, and that'll be through tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening, as high pressure moves its way back to the east of us, we'll be seeing the pattern change by just a bit. Again, air around high pressure rotates clockwise, so this is going to take warm air off the Gulf of Mexico and from the East Coast states and pump moisture up the southern plains area, and that's going to feed this storm system as if it needs any more moisture coming in from off the Pacific. That's going to bring in temperatures rather on the warm side especially as we get into Saturday. That's where we see the possibility of some warmer conditions out there as that area of low pressure works together with that area of high pressure to create a very windy and mild situation. And then right after that, as this storm system tracks through the area, we'll be looking again at some much colder temperatures. So we've got some colder numbers now, much warmer through Saturday, and then by early Sunday morning, that's where we see the potential of some showers, thunderstorms changing over to snowfall if everything works properly. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. Low temperatures tonight as the kids hit the bus stop in the morning, teens and lower 20s across much of the area along and north of I-40. And also back into around the area of Shelby County. Not seeing, again, a lot of activity out there for this evening. High temperatures tomorrow will barely be above freezing across much of the Mid-South. Numbers back in the mid-30s for the Memphis metro area at best. And not seeing too much in the way of sky cover out there. Cloudy skies not to be seen. Maybe just a little bit of cloud cover out there and more sunshine. So open up the blinds and the drapes and get yourself some free solar heating going on. Lows Thursday night will also be on the chilly side into Friday morning, lower 20s across much of the area. And then for chances of anything involving warmer weather, we start to see it Friday. Looking at numbers back in the mid to upper 40s to lower 50s as we head toward Friday afternoon. And that's just the beginning of the warmer conditions heading our direction as the winds turn back out of the south, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Wind gusts could be around 20 miles per hour as we get into Friday afternoon and evening. Low temperatures during the evening will be very close to the high temperatures for the day. And we see numbers back in the mid to upper 40s to lower 50s across much of the area. That's the low temperatures Friday night into Saturday morning. That's also where we start to see the rainfall chances moving on through, and that rainfall chance will continue into Saturday. Look at the high temperatures on Saturday, pushing 70 degrees in Memphis and much of the rest of the Mid-South in the upper 60s to the lower 70s. Winds throughout the day on Saturday back out of the south-southwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. And wind gusts on Saturday could be topping 25 miles per hour easily enough in some locations. But we're not done with the weather changes just yet. Looking at rain as we go into Saturday night, low temperatures dropping once again into the lower 20s. So we can start off with temperatures near 70 on Saturday and head for temperatures in the lower 20s by early Sunday morning. This is going to be a 40-degree temperature drop in parts of the area. Now, once again, this is where it gets interesting. As the moisture moves out, the cold air moves in, and by midnight on Saturday night to Sunday morning, we could see a mixture of rain and snow across the I-40 corridor. Heaviest snowfall, if we get any, will be across northwest Tennessee and back into around areas of the Boot Heel of Missouri and back into around portions of the areas of northeastern Arkansas. We'll be seeing again the potential for possibility of some measuring snow out there, but not seeing again a lot of major so far. At least that's the way the forecast looks like. We'll talk about what the National Weather Service says about that coming up here in just a little bit. Again, too early to tell about how much we're going to be getting out of this. The main thing is going to be the cold air, and the winds earlier during the evening out of the southwest will be replaced by about 6 p.m. Saturday night with winds coming in out of the northwest and howling at 10 to 20 miles an hour with winds about maybe 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts possible late Saturday night into Sunday evening. High temperatures on Sunday. Again, high temperatures on Sunday. We were at 70 degrees on Saturday expected. High temperatures Sunday may not even get above freezing. That's how big the change is going to be out there. And by early in the morning, it looks like we may see again that possibility of some rain mixed with snow leaving the area. We'll be watching that again to see how it changes over, but doubtful we're going to be any warmer than that as we get into Sunday. Sunday night temperatures easily in the lower teens across much of the area, including the mid-south down to the central part area around Shelby County. Mid-teens for lows as we go into Monday morning. So hopefully the kids have off from school, because by the time Monday afternoon rolls around, high temperatures will also be very much on the chilly side back in the lower 30s. I want to show you this real quick. This is called a meteogram. This is sort of a bar chart where it comes to anything involving weather out there. You can track snowfall, rainfall, temperature, pressure differences, things like this. This is from Iowa State University. And this information showing again where we are going to be early. It's going to be Friday morning, the low temperatures with this latest cold air dropping well on down here. We rise way up here. Some computer models at this time showing especially the North American models and the both the 18 and 12 and 18Z looking again the models at maybe lower to mid 70s for highs. And then watch what happens as we go all the way down into around Sunday night, Monday morning. Temperatures dropping into the teens across much of the area, back into the mid to upper teens at best. So that's going to be about a major temperature change as we have seen in the Mid-South from just one storm system in quite some time. National Weather Service, their opinion of things, temperatures will quickly plummet with the cold air moving in. The question is how much moisture will be left. If the dry air with this moves its way, the moisture out, we may see again the potential of some of that rainfall sticking around to become snowfall, but according to their computer model run, as of right now, the time will end the precip as wintry mix, but would like the models to come into agreement a little better before adding any threats to the hazardous weather outlook. Some lingering wintry precipitation possible, but so far nothing major. Now Saturday night, according to the Storm Prediction Center, we may be looking at an increased threat of severe weather. It's not huge, but it is still possible. Again, along from roughly I-40 to the south. By tomorrow morning, we'll have a better idea as to what's going on as the Storm Prediction Center issues its 3-day forecast, and we'll have more about that coming up a little bit later on. If you'd like to volunteer at Shiloh at the National Military Park, over toward the area of Bethel Springs, close to Savannah. They're looking for volunteers to help make luminaries for the 2017 illumination. If you'd like to know more about that, you can go to NPS or follow the hashtag #FindYourPark, and all the details will be available there. It'll be taking place, again, at the Visitor Center, and the phone number and all information for contact is available. It's free for volunteers to show up and do this. And we've Twittered that and also, or tweeted that, I guess I should say. If you'd like to know more about what's going on, follow me on Twitter at @Aonic_WREG3, and also available on Facebook. Put it on there, along with a whole bunch of other climate and weather information and how you should behave around a Marine's coffee. Great opportunity to see more there. So opportunities abound for social media, facebook.com/Austen Onek, WREG3. More information on that. Joined for this evening, just barely visible at the bottom of the screen, by senior forecast meteorologist, Ms. Marlo Ann. If you'd like to send her an email, just drop me an email at austin.onek@WREG.com. She's helping to put together the puzzle on the table for right now, sort of a tradition at House Onek, putting together some puzzles during the holidays, also warming up with a little bit of hot tea for this evening. And of course, all the decorations are up, so it's a nice quiet evening here, and no major winter weather just now, but some big temperature changes, as we've said, over the next couple of days. Must be tasting that salami that I made for the sandwich earlier tonight. We'll have updates on your forecast with Tim Simpson. That'll be coming up on News Channel 3 at 10, so make certain you stay tuned for that. Todd Demers will have updates on your forecast bright and early on News Channel 3 Daybreak. And, of course, I'll be monitoring social media for all kinds of great stuff. So make certain you stay tuned to WREG.com/weather. And, of course, this page for more information about our weather almanac, weather forecast, and all kinds of unique and interesting science stuff out there as well. Live and direct from House Onek, and with accompanying furry meteorologist in training at least, Marlo Ann here. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek. Again, email address at the bottom of your screen. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for more on air and online with News Channel 3.